most of my day is something productive to who I am. And I think a lot of times we get we're in this cycle where we're in this mode of doing something productive to what we need and never get into that mode of being productive to who I am. And there's a shift. Like when you know, waking up every day, just going through the motions for that paycheck. We need that paycheck. We got responsibilities in life. But if that's the lead reason for your productivity, it's very hard to be happy in that space. Now, of course, I work and I, do things to earn income as well, but that's not the driver of my day.
Yeah.
The driver of my day is like, today, how can I get better? How can I be better for others? And in order to do that, I know I need to be healthy. I know I need to eat right. I know I need to meditate. I know I need to pray. All these things that I need to do to be better for myself and others. I don't go through my day just to get a paycheck to pay bills. And that was a mentality shift. I had to choose to operate differently.
No, dude, this is powerful, man. I love what you're saying. And unfortunately, I feel like what you're pretty much talking about is being in a survival state versus like actually living. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of African Americans and just Black people were in a state of survival. And that energy is constantly like, man, I gotta pay the bills. Like, man, blah, blah, all these problems that we're just putting onto ourselves and making us reactive instead of proactive. Like I feel like I don't feel like enough of us get to put ourselves in that position. But it's interesting. Like you mentioned, it's just a mentality thing that you can put yourself in. But if we're being real with us, it's hard to be in that position if you don't have your bills paid. Like, for sure. And I think it's easier said than done, because I think it sounds like you're in a state of living. I'm in a state of living, but I don't think I could have kept that same energy if I had bills to pay, even though it is a mentality thing,
Well, yeah, and let's actually have a real honest, transparent moment. Yo, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing that we often overlook, that we got to actually be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
A lot of the bills and the financial responsibilities that we have are not necessarily things that attach to what we need for to live.
Yeah.
They're things attached to what we believe will make us feel better about who we are. So when you think about, certain expenses that we may have, obviously we got to eat, we need shelter, things like that. But there's also financial responsibilities and debts that come from the lack of self-love that we may have for ourselves, and the things that we do and that we're willing to pay for, because instead of feeling whole internally, we try to put it on.
Yeah.
Or we put the value in what we wear, what we drive, and even sometimes where we live.
Sorry.
No, and because we put the value in those things, thinking that they will make us feel better about ourselves, a lot of the financial obligations that we find ourselves having aren't a product of the things that we actually needed in life. They were the things that we needed to soothe our ego. And so we can't always ring the bell of, I got all of these bills, because a lot of those bills are actually unnecessary if we started from a place of self-love and not trying to buy reasons to love ourselves.